to this edition, the 29th of March 2020, of the Be Smart About Art show. My name is Susan J. Mumford. I'm your host. I'm the founder of Be Smart About Art, and it's a delight to be live with you now. Or if you're watching the replay, that works as well. So the Sunday theme of the show is Kick Start the Week with Be Smart About Art. And I'm here today to go through three different ways that you could really essentially make the most of your week ahead. Now, this is based on a number of weeks worth of conversations with people in the art world. This show, just like Be Smart About Art, is all about helping you thrive in an ever-changing art world, and arguably changing more than we had ever anticipated in our lives. So how can you continue to proceed in your career? How can you maintain your focus? How is it possible to make new connections or deepen relationships? There are so many ways to do this, and each and every Sunday I am going to be taking this as an opportunity to give us some focus and some direction for the week ahead. You can cover a lot in this period of time, and we've set it at this time that we have, which is 8 o'clock in the evening in the UK. That's in the afternoon in the States, so that we're actually reaching other parts of the world like Australia and New Zealand in the morning. You might find some slight shifts to the time as well to make certain that we are reaching around the world. So I'll kick off then with the first point without further ado. This is actually harking back to last Thursday's show. The Thursday show always focuses on bringing in a guest speaker, and we had Tamara Gallon, who is an amazing business coach for creatives. She specializes in working with women and heart-led individuals in the music industry as well as in the creative sphere. And Tamara and I have gotten to know each other over a number of years now, I think about 15 or so years. And the title of that show was Taking Back Control, even when you feel it's out of your hands. So I thought, well, let's use some inspiration from that as we look to the week ahead. As the first thing is taking control of that which you can. And what can you take control of is what's going on in here. Now, this is not to question, say, if somebody has certain situations. People might be depressed. There can be clinical depression. There can be properly challenging things going on with a person that can cause difficulty. So I appreciate. So all caveats are applying here. As much as you possibly can, take control of that which you can. And so that's to say that, okay, your country this week might end up having a stricter lockdown. Perhaps you find out something that you're not happy about. Perhaps you discover that it's going to be more difficult to do something even if you've already been in lockdown. If I think about a headline that I've just now seen in the UK, it's that I think it was the health secretary, it was somebody, a health official, let's say, has just been saying that the UK could actually extend lockdown for as much as or as long as 6 months. Whether or not that's going to happen, we don't know yet. But the other thing that I've heard is that the UK lockdown could get even stricter this coming week. At present, I believe it's 4 reasons that we're allowed to go outside of our homes. And you know what? I am grateful for the walls that I've got around me, for the roof that I have got over my head, the fact that I have got the internet, the fact that I can have clean drinking water. I am so fortunate to have all of this. I've got food that I can eat. In my situation, I've got a tiny little back garden. It's one of those little L-shaped gardens that hooks around the edge of a home. I've got that to access. I'm in a town, and I can even go walking. Now, it's possible that this week the government in the UK could say no longer to go outside, no longer allowed to go outside for walks. And that is going to be okay. And the reason that that's going to be okay is A, it's looking after the greater good, citizens not going out and potentially infecting others or getting infected with COVID-19. And secondly, it's because I have got control of what's going on in here. And what that means is that I'm able to continue to laugh, I can have fun, I can be productive, I have my personal life still, I've got my professional life still. It looks different than it ever has, but listen, what I'm talking about now applies always. I hope that people are going to be watching this very video in months, if not years from now, and you might be going, gosh, that was a severe time. What lessons can we take during this period of time? How acute are our experiences right now? You know, the fact that this is in your control to determine how you're responding as much as possible is something that we could always use. So maybe this is something that will be extremely valuable to learn that you do have control of, and that means that you can use that in the future as well, even when we're out of this whole crisis. Now that brings me to the second point, which is for the week ahead to set a single intention. Now, you, like I, might want to set a single personal intention and a single professional intention. It's up to you. You can set whatever intentions you want to. So I'll give you examples for myself. Now, what's important is that your intentions are realistic and they're achievable. Okay, so this is something that you could potentially do every single week. Now, I love doing this. What I love doing is I love getting, say, teams together and going, right, what are we doing this week? To not say, oh yes, I've got to do this, that, and the other. And you can do this with yourself as well. So to give my own examples, my personal intention of the week, it might seem like a small one, but guess what? It's going to take some dedication to get outside and to do this. It is to move the gooseberry plant from its small little plastic pot that it came in into a larger pot. Because right now it is root bound, and the longer it's root bound, the worse a situation it's going to be. Now that's not its forever home. The gooseberry's forever home is going to be a 55 centimeter, about 2.5-inch square. It's really, really lovely, big pot, and I hope it's going to become a big bush. And thankfully, it really loves the shade, and that's excellent because my back garden is very shady. It doesn't get a lot of sun, which, as a redhead, is okay, actually. So that's my personal intention for the week. And by the by, for those of you who don't know gooseberry, I'm saying it in an English way. If I say American, it sounds like gooseberry. So it is like it sounds in terms of how you spell it. In terms of professional intention for myself, oh, no question at all. It is getting a module uploaded for the Art Biz Bootcamp. So the Art Biz Bootcamp from 2019 has been extended just a bit into 2020. And so I'm promising to the individuals in the bootcamp what I'm getting to them. And so I'm getting to them the modules for the social media, being savvy with social media, how to become savvy with social media module, and then also the professional relationships module as well. And that one actually needs to be recorded. So I'm telling all of you that because I'm basically also holding myself socially accountable. And that's a little side note perhaps, that if you're setting an intention for the week, are you someone who likes to share that publicly or keep it completely personally? Or might you want to share it with a peer? Might you want to buddy up with a colleague of sorts, another artist, another gallerist, another curator, whatever your exact profession is? You could find somebody who's slightly outside in a different profession as well, but somebody who you really like minds with. So do you like that idea of sharing your intentions to help hold you accountable? It works an absolute treat. So those are my realistic, measurable, and achievable intentions. The thing is, if I said, oh, I'm going to go do a bunch of gardening, well, that wouldn't really be very clear as to what I'd be achieving. And if I said for Be Smart About Art, oh, I'm going to go and do some really cool stuff, that just wouldn't be clear enough. So those are some examples to help give you some ideas, hopefully. Although in your enterprise, it will be different. Now, the third item for the week ahead in terms of what can you do to make the most of the week, and just giving you some samples, some ideas, and we can build upon this each and every week, is to either add a morning ritual, something that you're going to get up and do, something that is just for you, no matter what your personal household responsibilities are, that what you are doing is something for you. Now, if you're already doing that, then what I invite you to do is to share that with someone else, what your morning ritual is, or to even share it online if you're somebody who's happy to share that kind of thing with people. I think it's a really good idea to to not only come up with something for yourself, but to get ideas from other people. So I'm going to invite people who are watching this video, if you've already got a morning ritual, to please share what that is either online. That's preferable probably, but if you're somebody who prefers not to share like that, which is completely understandable, then share it with a friend or two. Share it with a little WhatsApp group, something like that. So the kind of thing that I'm talking about is that you might get up in the morning and do 10 minutes of meditation. That's something that we found in a Be Smart About Art survey that is doing meditation makes an incredible difference to mindset. And right now, that's arguably more important than ever in the history of humankind in terms of experiencing anything like this pandemic. What else might be applicable? Well, Tamara, in the Be Smart About Art show, she was talking about breathing. So maybe you do 5 minutes of breathing exercises. You could, if you're a keen amateur gardener like me, you could actually, as a morning ritual, go out into the garden every day for 30 minutes. It could be that you write in your journal. I know that there's something that a lot of artists and other creatives have done, which is free-form writing for a few minutes every single morning. You don't think about it, you don't pause, you don't edit yourself, you just go. And what was that called? It's called like it's not morning rituals, but it's morning something like that. So anyone who's watching this who knows what I'm talking about, please pop a little comment onto the video post so that other people can see what that is, because I'm sure some viewers will know exactly what I'm talking about. What else could it be? It could be that, providing that you're able to, that you go out for a walk each morning, that you go out for a run, that you do some exercise. But what is your morning ritual? Think about that for yourself. And what does this do? Well, it helps you to leap out of bed. At a time like this, you might find that at some points in time you are struggling to get out of bed. You might also find that you are more challenged in your concentration at times. Now, there are different techniques that we can talk about that are really practical, as well as looking after the body. This kind of thing that we're talking about in the morning, you can also apply to different times of the day. So that thing that you're doing when you first get up, you might actually say to yourself, do you know what, right now, I think I should do that at lunchtime as well. Or maybe you think you should do that in addition to the morning, you should do it also in the afternoon. So whatever it is, think about what you can be doing that is regular, it's consistent, it's something that you know is going to be done, that is going to be looking after your mind. It's going to be looking after your well-being. It doesn't have to be anything ambitious either. It's something that you know that is going to help you get up, and it's going to help to center you, and it's going to really enable you to go, right, now starting the day, and potentially having a reset in the middle of the day as well. So what are the 3 things that we have covered then? The first one was that we were saying taking control of that which you can control. Secondly is creating a week intention. And it's worth, by the way, putting into your calendar that you will be putting the check-in for that in the diary in a week's time before you set your next week's intention as well. So that gives you a way to check in with yourself. And like me, you might want to set a personal and a professional intention. And then thirdly, it's either creating a daily ritual that you might even decide to do more often at the moment. And if you, on the other hand, already have a daily ritual, to share that with other people, to give them some ideas, some inspiration. What I'm really keen to do with Be Smart About Art with our show is to reach people all over the globe. So whenever you're sharing things, feel free to include the hashtag Be Smart About Art. I am here as the founder of this organization who is inspired to set up Be Smart About Art to provide support to professionals in the art world, having struggled plenty myself, having taken my own gallery through a recession a number of years ago now, that I am here doing this to provide support to people in the art world. And I encourage you to spread the news. So on that note, what I'm going to do is to sign off and to encourage you to keep an eye out on our upcoming program. So we're airing these shows from Sunday to Thursday each week. They're 15 minutes a segment. Our Monday edition is focusing on the art world. Our Tuesday edition is focusing on art business. Our Wednesday edition is Be Smart About Art question time, in which we answer a question from Be Smart About Art members. Check that out at patreon.com/Be Smart About Art. And Thursday is the special guest segment. And this coming Thursday, we have Winston Peters, a colleague from New York City, and he's going to be talking all about the differences between the art world and the art business and how important it is to understand the distinctions and how you can tap in to both the art world and the art business side of things, even now at these challenging times. Everyone, thank you very much for coming through to the end. And as ever, I'm here to help you thrive in a changing art world. As you can see on the screen behind me, we say participate, that's you taking part here, connect, that's connecting with other people, and grow your business. Do check out everything we're doing at besmartaboutart.com and at besmartaboutart, and know that we're here to help you proceed in your own business for the weeks and the months to come. Signing out from Lewis in England. Ciao for now.